Driving a crane is a high-risk activity, and it is also a team activity. In the situations where a dogger is required, they direct every motion of the crane and load. And the crane operator is required to either follow these directions exactly, or else stop the crane. No other motions of the crane are permitted. The common methods of directing the crane include radio signals, whistle signals, and hand signals. My work aims to improve the safety of this activity, and with this aim, I propose an extension to the common method of directing cranes. The rest of this video is from a usability study to compare the new method to the common method. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is the crane that you'll be driving, and first I'll note that this part here is called the boom, and this is the tower. Then the crane cabin, where you'll be sitting, is just above the tower here. And this is the load that you'll be transporting. So what it looks like from inside of the crane cabin is this view here. And you'll see that there is a screen inside of your cabin, and that is showing the view from a camera that is at the top of the boom. So this camera is always looking down, directly down. So the payload will be centered on the camera view. And we can look a bit closer at this. So we've drawn some lines on the screen here, and these lines indicate the center of the camera, and also the payload, when it's not swinging, will be centered in these lines. There are some other lines drawn on the screen which we'll get into later. Now, as you're driving the crane, it's extremely important that you do not endanger the construction workers or any of the trucks that are on the site. So all of the construction workers look identical. They're all identical twins. And all of the trucks also look identical. They're the same color, nothing changes between them. And what counts as endangering them is if you drive the crane so that you move the load over their heads. Because if you do that, then there's a chance that something could fall out of the load and it would hit them on the head. So the metric for what counts as above them is if they appear on the screen here. So remembering that this camera is looking down directly at the load. So you have a little area of view, and if the workers or the trucks appear at all on inside of this area or on the screen, then they're in danger. Now, we'll talk a bit about the crane controls. So, firstly, the hook can be moved up and down by retracting and extending the rope. And then you have the boom can be lifted up and down. And there is a 3D motion. So you rotate the boom about the tower. And the directions that I'll give you for these, so hook up or hook down, there is boom up or boom down, and rotate right or rotate left. Now this view over here represents what you see on the screen and what the lines mean. So this box is the screen, and this is the tower. So I'll go back just to show. So the tower is here, and then the camera pointing down will see a box, and that is what's on the screen. So the lines that are drawn on the screen, we have a radial line that points towards the tower, and that's always centered on the screen. And then we have this arc, which has a center on the tower as well. And the intersection of these is where the payload sits when it's not swinging. So as you drive the crane, these lines will be fixed on the screen. But there is also these green lines, and they point towards the target. So they're the target indicator lines. And first, I'll show, so looking over here, if the target is on screen, then they just point towards the target and stop there. So your options here is if you lower the boom, then you'll be moving outwards. So it's like this line is coming closer on the screen. And then the two circles will be aligned. And that means that you're aligned to the target radially. And then you just have to rotate the crane. And then you'll be perfectly centered on the target. So boom down until you're aligned. And then rotate until you're aligned. And if the target isn't on the screen, so the target's all the way down here, then it will hug the edge of the screen, but pointing towards the target. And so you can do the same thing. So you can bring the boom down to a line, and then you can rotate. Or over here, I've shown if you rotate first, then your two radial lines will overlap, and then you bring the boom down to bring your circle to the end of this line here. And lastly, this circle doesn't have a very strong meaning, but it just indicates how high the hook is off the ground. So if this circle is closed to a point, then you're touching the ground. Otherwise, the higher you get off the ground, the circle will slowly expand more and more. Now let's see this in action. So the directions I give you will be quite short. So just hook up, and then you should start raising the hook, and I'll let you know when to stop. And then boom up. And again, I'll let you know when to stop. And then rotate left. So you can see the whole cabin is rotating around the tower with you. And now I'll give you some special directions using the lines on the screen. So boom down to a line just means go until you align to that target indicator. And I won't tell you when to stop when I tell you to align. And same for rotating to align. So just go until you're aligned with the target indicator and stop by yourself. And then when you bring the hook down, you'll be perfectly aligned on the target. Now we'll just show that again, but doing the actions in the opposite order. So rotating to align, and then bringing the boom up to align. And you're perfectly over the target. And now we'll just see what happens when the target is off screen. So first it's at the bottom of the screen, and then it hugs the bottom edge, showing where the target is. And then you pass by it as the boom is lifted, and then rotating around it and lowering the boom And even though it's off screen, you can go just until it's aligned, and then you can rotate, and you'll be perfectly aligned on the target.
Okay, so from now on, try and keep the swinging of the load small, and because we're still in training, I'll give you feedback on that.
Okay.
I'll also give you feedback on the main experiment if you start having too much.
Yep.
And then also try and follow my directions as close as you can, so don't move the crane on your own.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so I'll let you start and give you the first direction. So bring the hook up a lot.
Hook up a lot.
And I'll tell you when to stop. Almost. And stop. And now rotate right a little.
How little is a little?
I'll let you know when to stop, but
Okay.
it'll be like 30 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, and stop. So now you should see the 3 workers on your screen,
Yes.
and if you lean forward a little, you can see them through the front window.
Yes.
So to get an idea of how close you can go, just rotate right until they're no longer on screen,
Rotate
and
right.
stop when they're off screen. Oh, sorry, left.
Oh, yeah, I was surprised. It's like, okay.
Yep, that's good. So that's as close as you can go. So you can go quite close to them. But that depends on the radius of the crane as well.
Yes, depending on how high the boom is up as well. Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's about 20-ish degrees away.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
So I'll keep directing you now.
Okay.
So bring the boom up a little.
Boom up this one.
Yep. Almost. And stop. And now on the next direction, I'm going to make a mistake, and we'll start heading towards a parked truck.
Okay.
So make sure to look ahead of where you're going and lean forward to get a better view if you need. So through the side window and floor window mostly, because we'll be turning. And as soon as you see the truck and recognize that it's in our path, then say stop and stop moving the crane.
Okay.
Okay. So rotate left a lot. And if I say a lot, it's generally like quite a large the crane.
Okay. I see.
You saw it?
Yep. Okay. Right down. Okay. Yep. So that's too far.
Yeah. So you can rotate back a little bit until it's no longer on screen. Yep, that's good.
I see. Okay. So
So-
even all the way down there. Okay.
So I am a little bit of a troll. I've hid them everywhere.
Yes, I can see. I can see. But the green, digger. I'm sorry. The yellow digger is not a problem.
Yeah, yellow digger isn't a problem.
Okay.
So just make sure to lean forward if you need to get a better view.
Okay.
I think that will help. Okay, so now we'll pretend that the truck isn't there just for the rest of the training.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll continue over it. So my next direction will make use of the green target indicator.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't tell you when to stop. So
Okay.
Rotate left to align.
Mm-hmm.
And just stop when it's aligned. Yep. Now boom down to align. And as you're approaching the target,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you more autonomy over the controls. So about now, I would say align to the target.
Okay.
And that means that you're free to rotate the crane and lift and lower the boom.
Okay.
But don't lower the hook yet.
Okay. Yeah, just considering like we've got 3 people directly in the path, but I don't think they'll appear by the time I get to the target.
Yeah, they're quite far away.
Yeah. Radially speaking, there's a lot more leeway I see compared to in angle, I find.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's perfect alignment. And when you're roughly aligned, I'll say bring the hook down when you're ready. So you can do that now. And as you're lowering the hook,
That's it. Oh, yep.
as you're lowering the hook, if you find you want to adjust the alignment slightly, you can do that.
Okay. That's it.
Right now, it's like perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So that's the end of the training. I'll just summarize the key points. So firstly is moving the crane gently to minimize the load swinging. You can have a little bit more swinging if you want, but going slow also helps you look out for any hazards. And then second is if a hazard appears on screen, then it's already too close. So making sure to look around. And the only hazards are the workers and the trucks. So some hazards will appear straight away, like the worker, and you can call stop before even moving the crane. And others will slowly come into view, like the truck.
And for the remainder, it will always be going towards the target? Or will there be at any point where you will simply instruct me, just keep moving in this direction?
So I'll give you instructions in different directions. It won't always be towards the target.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm aware of the hazard and I'll take us around it. And I might drive us towards a target and then just tell you to stop before you get there.
Okay.
But because you don't know what I'm thinking, if you see you're driving towards a hazard, then just say stop. And then then I'll acknowledge that I know it's there and we can continue towards it, or we can start going around it.
Understood. So basically when you say, I don't know, say for example, rotate towards the left, I can simply do this as much as I can and say, there's this potential hazard along the way, I'm not going to move, are you aware of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
But just saying stop is fine.
Yeah, stop. Okay.
And then after I tell you that it's safe, then we've both acknowledged it and you don't need to worry about it again.
Okay, so even if, okay, and so then the onus is on you to make me avoid it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
So that should be all good to start now, if you're ready.
Yes.
So
all
just double checking you don't feel motion sick at all.
good. No, everything is all good.
Okay. So first of all, you're going to be using the interface with the lines on it. And we're going to be going to behind the building. So sort of in front of you, but the other side of the building.
Okay, so this building, like, right here.
Yeah, the building under construction.
Okay, I see.
So when you're ready, bring the hook up a little. almost. And stop. And now rotate right to align.
Rotate right to align. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Control switched. There you
yes.
go.
Just a little worried. Perhaps stop here.
Yep. So those workers will be just safe.
Okay.
So you can continue. Yep. Now bring the hook up a lot.
Sorry, hook, not the boom.
Hold and stop. Yep. And now bring the broom down to align.
Boom down to a line. Okay.
And don't worry about mixing up the controls.
Okay.
If
I'll say
it's-
stop here.
Yep. So we'll be threading between those workers. They should be safe.
Okay. All good.
And now align to the target. And then hook down when you're ready. You can just go full speed into the ground. Okay, that was a perfect first run. So 3 more like this, and then we'll have a break. So I'll take you to the next level. So next up we're going to the high roof, which is still kind of in front of you.
I see.
So bring the hook up a lot. And it's a lot. Almost. And stop. And now bring the broom down a little. And stop. Now rotate right to align.
Right to align.
Now broom down to align. And align to the target. Then hook down when you're ready. Okay. To the next level. We'll be going to the road, which is like the driveway, over there. the driveway to the construction site.
Yes.
Okay, so hook up a little. And stop. Now boom up to a line.
Stop.
Yep, that's a good call. We'll go around those workers there. So rotate left to a line.
Rotate left to a line.
Yep. Now boom up to a line. And align to the target. And then hook down when you're ready. Okay, one more. So next we're going to the road again, so roughly the same position. So hook up a lot.
Okay. There. Stop.
Yeah. For which one?
For the human directly in front.
Okay. So it's safe to bring the hook up.
Sorry, yes.
And stop. So you just called out my next hazard, so we'll skip over it. So rotate left a little.
Left a little. Okay. I will say stop.
Because of the truck?
Yeah, the truck that's upcoming.
Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so now bring the boom up to a line. And rotate left to a line. Now align and hook down when you're ready. Okay, that's it. So in this next floor, you won't have any lines on your screen, and that will be the main difference. So first of all, we're going to be going to the end of the roof. You should see it roughly in front of you. Yep. Okay, so when you're ready, hook up a lot. Almost. And stop. Now boom down a lot. Oh, sorry, controls flipped. Yep.
Okay. I will stop here. Actually, no. I can go a bit more. Okay, let's see.
If you think you'll drive into the hazard, then say stop. Almost. And stop.
Yeah, it was an overestimate. Yep.
And now rotate right a lot.
Rotate right a lot. Okay.
Well, a little, a lot.
Okay. This one stop.
Okay. Those workers will just be safe. So you can continue. Now align to the target. And hook down when you're ready. Okay, next level. We'll be going to the road. So hook up a little. And stop. Now rotate left a lot.
Rotate left a lot. Okay, just to be safe, I will say stop. The workers down there might just be out of range.
The ones sitting on the balcony?
You're directly in front, yes.
Yeah, they'll just be out of range.
Okay. Just confirming, rotate left.
Left a lot. Almost. A little more. And stop. Now boom up a little. And align to the target. And hook down when ready. Okay, 2 more. Oh, did I not press the button? There we go. Okay, next we're going to the high roof, so long way behind you.
Let me see.
Yep. So when you're ready, then hook up a lot. Almost. And stop. Now rotate right a lot.
Okay. Stop here
For the truck.
for the truck.
Yep, perfect. So we'll go around the truck, but we need to go a little further first. So keep rotating, and I'll let you know. Almost. And stop. Now, boom down a lot. And I won't have any hazards on the other side of the building,
Okay.
because that would be unfair. Almost. And stop. Now rotate right a lot. And align to the target. Okay, let the settle swinging a little, and then hook down. Yep, okay. One more. We're going to the high roof again, but I put lots of workers on the building. It's a very busy day, so we'll go the other way around.
Understood.
Okay, so when you're ready, hook up a lot. Almost. And stop. Now rotate left a lot.
Okay. Stop here.
For the workers?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good call. So we'll go around them. So boom up all the way,
Boom up all the way.
and just let it hit the maximum. Yep. Now rotate left a lot, and those workers will be safe. Almost. And stop. And now boom down a lot. Just to check, can you bring the hook up a little? I'm not sure, it was a little low. Yep. Okay, and boom down. Okay, now align to the target. And hook down when you're ready. Okay, all done.